Falling Blossoms effectively got the issuance declaration. Yuan Bingyan was accompanied by an enormous number of fans, and netizens didn't get it. After the spit-kick occurrence, Liu Zui's personality was addressed, and his prominence was incredibly affected. It is said that the perfect opportunity spot in individuals are fundamental for an individual to find true success. Liu Zui's appearance is unrivaled, and his acting abilities are likewise perceived. In any case, after numerous long periods of presentation, he is as yet the second male. Meeting the Lord, and due to the champion Yuan Bingyan, the work has been abandoned over and over. On November 16th, a section named Falling Blooms Gets a Circulation Permit once more was posted on the Hot Hunt. This is one more indication of the television series Falling Blooms after it was reputed that it will be sent off soon. You know, as a S+ level television series that Mango Taiwan burned through large chunk of change on, both the creation group and the cast have given elevated standards to the crowd. Right when everybody felt that the professions of Yuan Bingyan and Liu Zui would be taken off by ideals of this show, Yuan Bingyan was out of nowhere presented to burden issues. Besides the fact that everybody had some awareness of the difficulty, yet the organization engaged with tax collection was additionally condemned by the public authority. Obviously, with many top stars upsetting their vehicles, not just netizens have lost trust in the stars, yet radio and TV have likewise fortified the oversight of big names, particularly those engaged with tax avoidance and tax avoidance. He was impeded by the whole organization, and tumbled from the cloud to the raised area from that point forward. However, contrasted with a craftsman surnamed Deng, Yuan Bingyan has an expense issue in the organization, which is in a general sense unique in relation to her own tax avoidance. So albeit after the occurrence was uncovered, Yuan Bingyan's profession was just influenced, she was terminated from the group of Fox Pixie Little Intermediary, and the transmission of the forthcoming show was impacted. However, she was not exactly restricted. Meeting you once more effectively got the conveyance permit, which probably shows that this dramatization is permitted to be communicated on the web. It is significant that in the event that Yuan Bingyan is truly named a subpar craftsman, none of the works she took an interest in can be sent off on the web, so it is difficult to discuss getting a dispersion permit. Since she can get a dissemination permit, it implies that this work the play can be played. It's simply that the show's male and female heroes have not gotten excellent surveys as of late, and it's difficult to say when the stage will decide to send off it. After the insight about Falling Blooms got the delivery declaration, it not just drawn in an enormous number of Yuan Bingyan's fans, yet additionally pulled in a ton of passers-by to watch. It's only that for Yuan Bingyan's rebound with such ease, the two perspectives are totally unique. Many fans voiced their help for Yuan Bingyan, feeling that Yuan Bingyan didn't commit tax avoidance, and her profession would not be impacted. However, most passers-by feel that despite the fact that Yuan Bingyan didn't straightforwardly sidestep burdens, the organization has a place with her, and she ought to take care of it. In the event that she can without much of a stretch break since she knows how to dodge, will more individuals stick to this same pattern from now on? Full stop. Clearly, Yuan Bingyan actually has many fans who won't ever leave her after this occurrence, and this time she is back, there are likewise an enormous number of fans who escort her. However, netizens didn't get it, and fearlessly opposed its rebound. Probably, regardless of whether Falling Blossoms is effectively communicated, the transmission impact will be significantly diminished. What is your take on this? 02. Falling Blossoms Meet You Once More featuring Yuan Bingyan and Liu Zui got a dispersion permit. Falling Blossoms Meet You Once More is co-coordinated by Xiao Zhan and Yang Yanglu, featuring Yuan Bingyan and Liu Zui, co-featured by Ao Rupen, Suzai Onwo, Yang Lin, Jing Yanjin and others. The play is adjusted from Xu Kei's novel of a similar name. It recounts the narrative of Shangshan Jingxiu who needs to cross a camellia and a little evil spirit Huangning to turn into a pixie, however is at last different by the little devil, and Jin Xiu is at long last changed into a human by Huangning. Now that the show is finished, in the event that it tends to be communicated without a hitch, Yuan Bingyan actually has cards to play. In the event that it can't be communicated, it is assessed that it will be in peril in the beyond couple of years. Now that the new age of Xiaohua is becoming so quick, a couple are really buckling down, and I truly can hardly hang tight for her. In the time of Falling Blossoms, Fenjin acquired the dispersion permit once more, which likewise stimulated warmed conversations among netizens. Some netizens said, "What sort of individual is this? How might he actually broadcast dramatization subsequent to being named? Perhaps a couple million is a modest number. It must be supposed to be a cow. Trust the web has a memory." Assuming I recall accurately, I didn't emerge to apologize. In any case, numerous netizens said that assuming the radio and TV licenses, it intends that everything is good to go, and it would be rude to be dark once more. The permit gave by the State Organization of Radio, Film and TV, I support any choice of the nation, and anticipate seeing you again when the blossoms fall. Some netizens said, I some way or another burst out crying the principal second I heard the uplifting news, and the tears streamed down wildly, as though all the difficult work had paid off. Minimal dark tea Yuan Bingyan, enormous peony Liuzui, come on, I've been hanging tight for you for a long time. 03. It required 1 year for Xiao Zhan to report dark to win the claim. The rival who was chosen up went to love Wang Yibo, stunning everybody. As of late, another spot was rebuffed on the web. Xiao Zhan gave a rights insurance proclamation last year, and presently it required 1 year for Xiao Zhan to report the triumph of the spot case, which is for sure a piece long. It is worth focusing on that this sunspot composed a letter of expression of remorse to Xiao Zhan. From one viewpoint, he was unable to see his truthfulness. Then again, subsequent to checking verifiable records, he was gotten by netizens as a devotee of Wang Yibo, who has over and over pursued stars on the stage. Wang Yibo. It is accounted for that Xiao Zhan won the claim again for revealing dark, yet it required a long investment, over a year, and the proficiency should be gotten to the next level. Luckily, the impact is exceptionally fulfilling, and the standby is worth the effort. Equity might be late, however it never will missing. Different impacts of winning the claim are equivalent to regular, composing a letter of conciliatory sentiment to Xiao Zhan, with messy penmanship, actually taking cover behind the web, and there is no genuine name framework. Such a letter of expression of remorse can be supposed to be deceptive, and there are risks, an excess of harm to the capital of the craftsman low, it very well may be pushed to the top. According to the responses of the fans, we unquestionably backing such an impact, and we have offered our viewpoints consistently. Relax, come individually, and non-individuals who truly hurt Xiao Zhan in the past will actually want to get away. Of course, this individual loved Wang Yibo, and he has posted often previously that only Wang Yibo, whether or not this is the situation, desires to stay away from something like this, alright? In the event that you can't think about, don't come close. Media outlets is so huge, and the cake isn't little, so it won't influence the advancement of your own loved ones. With everything taken into account, congrats to Xiao Zhan, and because of the fans for their proceeded with consideration. I accept that Xiao Zhan will decide to safeguard his privileges from now on, and he won't ever endure it. I likewise need to make an idea here, don't simply request statement of regret, you must be compensated and rebuffed, and you need to expand the expense of committing errors. The web isn't a spot outside the law. At the point when you heard Xiao Zhan, you should realize it well, knowing that sometime there will be this closure, it's simply a question of karma in my heart. Xiao Zhan is not quite the same as his initial years. He will give increasingly more consideration to freedom's insurance. Individuals with true serenity don't have anything to fear. Xiao Zhan proceeded to persist, and nobody who heard Xiao Zhan could get away. 04. I went to watch Strolling with the Phoenix for Zhao Liang, however I was drawn in by the female supporting job, the typical goddess looks. For certain dramatizations, I truly trust that they can be shot and communicated simultaneously, and Strolling with the Phoenix is one of them. As Zhao Liang, following a couple of years, in the wake of recording 2 principal subject works in succession. The old show that was gotten after quite a while on the web, its introduction to the world was ill-fated to be a steady point all along. As a venture, it has the fundamental components to be reserved as a blockbuster. As a matter of some importance, it has a couple of on-screen couples with numerous CP fans. Zhao Liang and Lin Jingxin are companions, all things considered. As far as the screen picture, Chu Qiao and Yuan Yu had no real option except to express farewell on the ice and snow that year, which actually caused many individuals to feel uncomfortable. In spite of the fact that Yuan Yu in the legend of Chu Qiao has not been gotten at this point, however luckily, Lin Jingxin transformed into a deed. It kept on driving with Zhao Liang's rendition of Shen Li, and afterward, it has a more solid group set up in the circle. Chief Denkei's last out of the circle work was The Child in Regulation, which more than once broke stage records. The first screenwriter is Jilu Fixiang, who has consistently had best of luck in adjusting, and the maker is the courageous woman herself. It very well may be seen from the blend of scenes in the finale extraordinary that the group is without a doubt not shy of cash. The last point, when the full arrangement was reported, everybody found that not just the courageous woman Xiao Zhan is extremely gorgeous. The vibes of different entertainers in the group are additionally goddess-level attractive, and each has its own attributes. Xiao Zhan has an endearing face, and her experience adds as she would prefer a regal sister. Xuan Lu actually has a delicate personality, and her grin will in general be radiant and warm. Xiao Zhan's face is the most unique and ate 5 blossoms. Around then, everybody was well known with a more cheeky and hauling sister feeling. Furthermore, she has a normally round face, and she has quite recently entered the circle not very far in the past. The young emanation on her body has not been disposed of, so she can play a better picture. Toward the start, out and about of acting, she was a result of her endearing face. It was dealt with unreasonably. Around then, everybody felt that a round face wouldn't have the option to assume a decent driving part. It was only after the presence of Lu Zhan that this idea changed, and Xiao Zhan turned into a delayed prodigy and fit into the positions of 85 blossoms. Since quite a long while have passed, Ying Bao has turned into a sister in the circle. With the gift of a vivid life, her round face obviously has the serenity of an experienced lady. The little girl is from adorable to cool, and the mother is from delicate to energetic. Xuan Lu, who assumed the part of Xiao Zhan's mom in the play, made an appearance and didn't play many parts. In the goodbye video, she is clearly wearing a light blue dress. Leaving behind the silver clasp, the plan is basic but, with light cosmetics on the face, it looks considerably more upstanding. Grinning marginally, dreaming back to the time of Zhang Yanli and Shen Qingling. It's simply that Zhang Yanli will in general be unpleasant, while Liu Yu is more lively. Wang Yi with thick eyebrows and enormous eyes, loaded with unadulterated silliness, Wang Yi's cosmetics is beguiling, and she has a pixie style. Since it is a fantasy show, the presence of Kanking Sister is fundamental. In the play, Wang Yi, who showed up in a light green shirt, was exclusively in his mid-20s. As a craftsman of Huan Ru's family, she has the unadulterated feel remarkable to the organization. She has the thick eyebrows and huge eyes that a nation-style excellence should have, standard grape eyes. She has a smooth figure, with a level of 167, yet a load of 90 caddies. In the life photographs, he makes it a point to his superb outcomes after wellness. She likewise has a vivacious soul, she is as of now a little kid, and she assumed the part previously. Alan and Liu Li and Su Yuang and Chang'an and Yuo are both somewhat charming. The 3 benefits are finished, and Xia Ahu, brought into the world in the 1995, has bit by bit acquired prominence. As opposed to Wang Yi's stylist Wang Yio, who assumes the part of the brilliant woman in the play. The cosmetics and variety matching given to her by the team are basically dim varieties, with a dazzling red skirt. The bun is clearly bended, similar to a snake. As far as cosmetics, her eyebrows are intentionally raised. The blush right now is prominent, the lip tone is splendid, pixie-like, enchanting and enticing magnificence. In a group, 4 individuals are singled out, and the styles of the 4 individuals are totally different. At the point when the group is projecting jobs, particularly while picking female entertainers, this stylish is an unquestionable requirement. Then, hopefully that in the component film, the furthest reaches of the magnificence of the marvels can be utilized.